Hey guys, Denobi2 here. Thank you for joining me once again for another Hot Toys Discuss. I'm here with my friend Benjamin, and we are talking about the 1/6 scale DeLorean that was just recently released at Secret Base. Hey guys, so the 1/6 scale DeLorean was just released in Hong Kong on December the 29th, and it will probably hit the US probably around the end of January. My question to you, how many of you are actually getting the DeLorean? Are you getting the DeLorean, Benjamin?
I say yes. I don't think there's a reason why you wouldn't want to get the DeLorean other than space. I mean, this is going to be a big piece. It's not going to be something that's going to be small. You're going to need a lot of area to go ahead and cover with this thing. I mean, if anybody has a Tumbler or an 89 Batmobile or the Bat, you're going to know that you need some range to go ahead and put this thing and display it properly. But I think that it's pretty much something that you want to go ahead and have. If you have a Marty McFly, you got to have the DeLorean. If you're a Back to the Future fan, it only makes sense that you would want the DeLorean.
But wait a minute, Benjamin. The problem with this particular DeLorean that it is considered the Mark I, which is the one that was featured in the 1998 film.
It's considered the best one.
Most of us in the community already know that they showed a prototype version of the hover conversion, the hover converted model at the San Diego Comic-Con, and the community is kind of making excuses as to, well, I'm not going to get this one because I want to wait for the hover conversion model.
Well, this is all I can say is that Hot Toys has always been very iffy on whether or not they're going to release something. I've been waiting forever to get the 66 Batmobile. I have the 66 Batman, the 66 Robin. The Batmobile is nowhere to be found. We've seen it at Comic-Con and it's never shown up. So if this doesn't do well, you're not going to see a Back to the Future 2 DeLorean flying around anywhere. It's going to be flying in cyberspace because all you're going to see is pictures of it over at Comic-Con. The simple fact of the matter is that this is going to be the definitive piece that you need or want or right now. I mean, that's how it is with Hot Toys. Right now, it's this piece. It's the DeLorean. Down the road, who knows? Part 2 comes out, the hover flying DeLorean comes out.
That pisses me off, though. That really pisses me off, though, Benjamin, because I really, as a kid growing up, I grew up with the Mark II, which is the DeLorean that was converted in the future. And the fact that Hot Toys went out of their way to tease us with this prototype model, I kind of see myself making an excuse. But I agree with you that if I don't take the opportunity to jump at this
You might not get a DeLorean.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, you might not get a DeLorean. I'm waiting for a 66 Batmobile. It ain't happening. I already, I've come to grips with it. I cry next to my Batman every now and then. But I still understand it. I get it that people didn't really buy the figures. If this DeLorean doesn't sell at $800 almost, plus your shipping and taxes if you live in California, it's $1,000, a whopping $1,000, then you're not going to see a part 2. Sorry, it's just not going to happen.
I have to agree with you on that. I think that if the community collectors, they don't step up to the plate and take the plunge in collecting the Mark I DeLorean from Hot Toys, there's a very good chance that we're not going to see the hover conversion model and the Marty from the Part 2. So.
It's sad though, because it sounds like, well, buy the first one. To me, the first one is the one that you have to have. I know that you're a Back to the Future 2 fan, but for me, Back to the Future 1 is the one that I really have to have. But at the end of the day, it is sad that it's like, as collectors, you have to look, if this doesn't sell, you're not going to get Part 2. And that's really the sad truth, but that's really the fact of the matter. Hot Toys is not going to go ahead and put something out if it's not going to sell. We've seen it all the time. The Sucker Punch figures, the Resident Evil pieces. Okay, let's not talk about Leon. But, the Ada Wong and so on and so forth. At the end of the day, they are there to make money. They do not care if this is, a limited edition piece. They don't care if it's something that people really want. Because I'm waiting for an engineer. I'm waiting for David and Shaw from Prometheus. It's not going to happen. Right now, it's going to be, you have the Back to the Future, the first one, and that's it.
And that's it. Yeah. And I've noticed on the message boards on Facebook, a lot of the collectors out there are making subconscious excuses. Well, I'm just going to wait for the hover converted model. Odds are we're probably not going to get that, only because we still don't even have a prototype version of Doc Brown, and that kind of pisses me off. That's another gripe I have about Hot Toys, is that the fact that they've invested so much time and research into making the DeLorean and teasing us already with the Marty from the 1985 version,
Yeah.
we still don't have the inventor, the person who actually created the DeLorean, and that pisses me off a little bit. But I understand that this is all a gamble. Hot Toys is a gamble. It's a market. And as
They're there to make money.
Absolutely.
That's what it
It
comes
is a
down
business.
to.
It is complete
And,
business.
and you know, if they put out a product and it doesn't make money and you don't buy it, they're the one who loses. Because at the end of the day, you know, they have all this product that's out there and it doesn't sell. Now you can sit there all day long and say, well, they made a crappy product. I understand. To me, I really don't care if Hot Toys makes it, breaks it, whatever happens. At the end of the day, it really comes down to figures for them.
Mhm.
If they can make money, you'll see it. If they don't make money, that's why you see so much Iron Man, you see so much Batman,
Absolutely.
you see so much Star Wars now. I mean, the Star Wars craziness. I mean, I turn to my left, I see a Kylo Ren, I see a Darth Vader. There's just so much stuff. How many freaking New Order stormtroopers can you get?
Yeah.
How many?
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. So your message to the viewers is that if you do love Back to the Future,
Buy it.
like I am,
And you have the space.
And you have the space, which
I'm a collector.
for some folks, it's not even an excuse if there's space or not. But yeah, I love Back to the Future, and I'm probably gonna step up to the plate, and I'm probably gonna collect it because I fear that if I do not step up to the plate, we're not gonna see a hover converted model, and we're not gonna see the Marty from Back to the Future that was teased to us at Comic-Con last year. So
Yeah, I think honestly, I mean, it's a beautiful piece. I have the Tumbler, I have the 89 Batmobile. This one has the most detail out of all the 1/6 scale type vehicles to me. I really feel like with all the wiring, the lights, the cockpit, the doors, everything, I mean, it's spot on. I don't really see anything wrong with it to me. I mean, you know, there might be purists out there. I mean, I've seen the actual, you know, Back to the Future car at Universal Studios when they redid it and they, you know, put it back out and they, you know, you could see it and you're a foot away from it. And it's amazing to look at in person. I think this piece is going to be a showpiece for anybody who's into Back to the Future, and it's a must-have. I mean, it's just like, you know, and you know, God forbid they put out the second one, you can sell the first one if you don't want it, you know.
that's right.
Pop that baby on eBay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I mean, it's probably safe to speculate that a lot of folks probably did not pre-order the Mark I, or if anything, might have canceled it because they were teased at Comic-Con with the Mark II hover converted.
$1,000.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
That's right. I mean,
Start saving.
Start saving. Yeah.
Saving now.
And if any of you who are dedicated to the community, then you know that it's not official until the pre-order is out. It's all speculation. It's all he said, she said.
Yeah.
It's all rumors, and until the pre-order comes out, nothing is set in stone. So yeah, it's gonna break my heart that I'm probably gonna take the plunge with the Mark I DeLorean. The fact that I want a Doc Brown. Benjamin,
I want a Doc Brown.
I want a Doc Brown.
Why wouldn't there be a Doc Brown? It's like Batman with Robin.
You know, if you see Benjamin, I mean, I don't trust Hot Toys. I do not trust Hot Toys because if the fact that they can release a Tonto without the Lone Ranger gives me the impression.
Oh yeah,
That's
I agree
right.
with you. on that. No Lone Ranger, no Tonto. That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I actually liked the Lone Ranger. Oh my God, you know, it's unbelievable, but I did.
But they did it.
But I was like, Tonto, where's Lone Ranger? Nothing. So at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, will there be a Doc Brown? I don't know. I think Hot Toys is really focusing on Star Wars, DC, and Marvel. There's no more gambles. This is probably one of the last vehicles you're going to see that's going to be outside of a DC, Marvel, Star Wars franchise thing. So this is probably it for a long time. You're not going to see anything. This is it.
So is it safe to assume, I mean, do you think, in your honest opinion, that we can classify the DeLorean in that same category as Guardians of the Galaxy? Because a lot of collectors out there still have their fingers crossed for the Drax. There is no Drax. I still say that we're not getting a Drax, but
I disagree. I think that you know, you've seen the body. They have the head. There's an issue with the head. The body also is a little bit like, you know, gray, Hulk-looking type, you know, body. But at the end of the day, they put a lot of R&D, research and development, into the Drax. So I think that you're going to see a Drax. I just don't know if it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 1 Drax, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Drax, or Guardians of the Galaxy Infinity Stones, Avengers Drax. I don't know.
All right.
It's out there.
That be said, look, guys, if you do love Back to the Future and you are drooling over this 1/6 scale DeLorean and you do have the space, quit making excuses that, oh, I don't have the space, I'm not going to get it. Whatever. If you love Back to the Future, support the DeLorean so that we can encourage
Yeah.
Hot Toys
Support
to
the
make.
DeLorean so he can get his Back to the Future too.
I want the hover
Mark
converter.
II,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Support that. But I think
Absolutely.
just go buy it because it's the best one.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, leave your comments below. Special thanks here to Benjamin.
Thank
All right.
you. I
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
it.